Well, well, well. What's up, everybody? It is Know Your Rights Wednesday here on Face the Facts News, where we are unanimously different. How's everything going? Today we're going to go over the Seventh Amendment, and it's very, like most of the other amendments that we study here on Face the Facts News, as we've been going through Know Your Rights Wednesday, has been very simple. Kind of like how life should be. Wouldn't you agree? I figured you would agree. What's happening there, Shifter? The Seventh Amendment, folks, is... oh, you're also having dinner with Daryl. So, you get a bonus. The handsomest host on the East Coast is making a pad thai style dish today. Instead of the beef strips and skirt steak, I'm using beef tips. But I'm going to wait a few minutes and I will get started. Huh. Why, hello there, Taz. Welcome to Face the Facts News. I'm kind of waiting for the other panel to get here, but the Seventh Amendment is what we're covering today. And Barbie, what's happening? We're going through the Seventh Amendment today. Trish, what's happening? Welcome to Welcome to Face the Facts News.
Thank you.
Where it's facts over your feelings. This is Know Your Rights Wednesday. Lions, you get in here.
And let's remind everyone, what is the seventh?
The right to trial by jury for anything over $20 in regards to the common law. So it does go through the ideals of common law too, in how you could pick a trial by jury at that time for over $20. Now it's over $5,000 as far as the civil and the common law go.
Right.
The civil law, folks, is actually the common law. The law that you deal with when it comes to law enforcement and, the court system in a whole is not common law. That is not the law they practice. That's the law that you practice, because that's the only law that you know. When you're under criminal law, which falls under jurisdictions of commerce, which is why we have always been allowed to be jailers in this country. So the Seventh Amendment, in a way, protects that too. So keep that in mind. Even though, the Seventh Amendment is really cut and dry, it's one of those things that, again, protects everyone. Especially in the common law. Because even police officers are common. And so you could sue them within the common law construct, because they're civilians too. You could operate, and you could, realistically speaking, operate in the manner of the common while prosecuting criminals. It has happened in the past, because that's how you had to originally dole out justice, because everything you have to investigate. I mean, there are some cultures, of course, that just believed one person's word and executed 100 people. I mean, but more oftentimes than not, in all societies, you have some semblance of a trial, or law that is common amongst the entire community that applies to everyone. It's a wonderful thing, the United States justice system. It's also a very complex system of law. We have the greatest and worst legal system on the planet because of it. We legislate ourselves into oblivion. And all that falls under commerce and common law. A lot of the legislation we make falls under common law. Then it becomes commercial. When it becomes commercial, that's when they try you in a court of law. I just want to say, folks, that is not snark in regards to the law. It's just the way that it is. It's how mankind has treated mankind ever since we have existed. Somebody is ruling somebody. You can't avoid it. But even though somebody is ruling somebody and you can't avoid it, there are still rules of society in a whole that went out. And it happened in all cultures. Even in Genghis Khan's world and Attila the Hun's world. And so, either way, natural law has granted us a trial by a jury of our peers. It takes an entire village to raise one child, and we're being judged by the village. I don't think you could have a more fair legal system than that on its surface. because whoever has the best story is going to wind up being the winner. The one that wins over the jury. That's why lawyers are so important. They could either exonerate you or imprison you.
What's up, Tucker?
What's up, Trish?
It's also why it's important. 1 second. It's also why why it's important that we have trial by jury, and that the Seventh Amendment covers that. Go on, Trucker.
I just want to bring back, hangings in the death squad. Maybe shit'll stop.
Well, I don't know. I'm a big proponent of a life in prison sentence. I think getting off with death is cheap.
Well, I mean, I'm going to agree with you there, but you see, we don't pay for them for the next 30, 40 years.
I'm fine with paying for them for the next 30 or 40 years. $1 a day. That's what they can get from me.
Yeah, but if you add up all the dollars, that's a lot of dollars. Like when I was in jail in Virginia, they got $6.50 in order to feed me 3 meals a day.
Yep. Private prison corporations. I did a YouTube video on private prison corporations today, as a matter of fact. But oddly enough, private prison corporations only make up 18% of the grand total of the entire prison population in the United States. Now, granted, that leaves 82%, that are still incarcerated by federal ran and state ran prisons. But you kind of get the idea. At nearly 20%, that's a pretty significant chunk of the market.
Right.
And what happens is that these private police forces that are hired, actually, let me rewind a little bit. The private prison companies, such as Geo Group and others, they also train police officers and police departments. And so think about it. At least the 18th percentile, that portion, right? We're only going to go with that one right now.
Okay.
That 18% trains, then gives them a badge, then tells them this: now go out and fill my jails. The very jails that they train, that they own, that's what they're really training them to fill. Because if you go with maps, most of their training facilities are by prisons that they own. Line office business, isn't it?
Yeah. I just have a question for everybody. Can y'all tell me why the fuck I just paid $46 to get DoorDash and I had to tip them $9?
Gratuity? That's probably the answer. Gratuity or gas. A gassing fee.
Well, I ought to be able to decide what the hell I want to give him, not mandatory $9.
I agree with you.
Maybe he spilled my food and I only want to give him $2.
That's true. But hey.
And then $46 for a burrito, rice and beans and queso is highway fucking robbery.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, boy, yeah.
Was that just for the food?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's not cool at all.
Nope. And then I had to tip them $9 on top of that.
Wonder why. Maybe it was a gratuity fee.
I reckon.
That's why I'm glad I don't have DoorDash or any of those.
Well, I would love to go and just go myself, but you see, my truck isn't here at this terminal. So
Mm-hmm.
the only truck I have is this one,
Right.
and I can't get into places like that.
Right.
Now, if this burrito comes and it's this fucking big around and this long, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's
Oh, I would be
private.
too.
That's private prison company prices right there.
Like, fuck me. Oh, there'll be a receipt on the bag. But I was sitting there doing. I'm like, all right, that's all I want, you know, burrito, rice and beans, and some queso.
Right.
And I look at it for
Simple.
$46. Son of a bitch! Could have went there and ate for half.
Yeah, you could have very easily.
I understand DoorDash is gonna make a little money off of it, but the prices that they're jacking up, it's highway fucking robbery. Original, my lowest amount was 7. It was no, excuse me, lowest amount was 9. Mine was 9, 12, or 14, and that's the only options that it was.
Original. We'll get to that bill in a little bit. I'm kind of doing a test run in a way. I'm trying to cover the Seventh Amendment while making my dinner, while trying to screen record in the other room. So we're going to see how it goes.
The second, you can only talk about it so much, honestly,
Right.
though.
And it's your trial. It's very easy. It's your trial by jury. I've just explained most of it. But what makes I could wrap it up with this. What makes it so important is that it gives everybody a fair shake, whether they want to admit it or not. Now, nobody, honestly, nobody likes to be judged. Who does? But that's what makes the right to a jury, a trial by jury, in the Seventh Amendment, is actually what makes America's justice system work. It's the only thing that'll make it work. And the fact that you cannot, and we covered this in the Sixth Amendment, you can't try somebody for the same crime twice, as it's double jeopardy. And so with that, that's the Seventh Amendment, folks. It applies to everybody. Now, what we will do, Original, is we will now go towards the gay marriage bill.